We don't rush stories, we live in them, far beyond the worlds we know, beyond the furthest moon, beyond the oldest comet. There lived a small star named Solis. Every night he watched the planets drifting around him. Some carried endless oceans. Some carried mountains that reached into clouds. Some glowed with forests beneath silver moons. Others wore rings of crystal and ice that sparkled like jewels in the darkness. Each world was different. Each world was beautiful. And Solis wished he could be like them. The planets were visited, admired, dreamed about, stories unfolded upon their surfaces. Seas rose and fell, forests grew, rivers carved their paths through valleys. Life flourished, but Solis remained far away, untouched and untouchable. No traveler ever landed upon him. No forests covered his surface, no oceans reflected the sky, and as the centuries passed, a quiet sadness settled inside him. Every night he watched the planets, and every night he wondered why he could not be one of them. Eventually he stopped noticing his own light. He only noticed what he lacked. I wish I had oceans. I wish I had mountains. I wish I had forests. I wish I mattered the way they do. And little by little, his light began to fade. Not all at once, slowly. So slowly that no one noticed at first. But as the years passed, the planets began to change. The oceans were not as bright. The forest seemed quieter. The crystal rings no longer sparkled as they once had. Yet no one understood why, not even Solis. Then one evening, an ancient comet crossed the darkness. Its tail stretched across the heavens like a river of silver fire. The comet had traveled farther than any world. It had seen galaxies beyond imagination. It had crossed regions of space where even light seemed afraid to go. And when it passed Solis, it slowed. The comet studied the young star carefully. "You seem troubled," it said. Solis hesitated. No one had ever asked him that before. At last, he answered, "I wish I were a planet." The comet tilted gently. "Why?" Solis looked toward the worlds drifting around him. "They are beautiful. They hold life. They have oceans. They have mountains. They have forests. They are important." The comet listened patiently, then asked a question. "And what do you think allows them to be those things?" Solis frowned. "I don't understand." The comet drifted closer. "Then look again." For the first time in centuries, Solis truly looked. He watched the oceans of a distant blue world and noticed how they shimmered beneath his light. He watched forests stretching across another planet and saw how they reached toward his warmth. He watched clouds drifting across golden skies and realized they existed because of him. The planets were not beautiful despite him. They were beautiful because of him. Without his light, the oceans would freeze. Their forests would wither. Their skies would darken. Without him, life itself would struggle to survive. Solis stared in silence. The realization felt impossible. All those years, he had focused on what the planets possessed. He had never noticed what he was giving. The comet smiled. Every world has its purpose. Every moon, every planet, every star. You were never meant to become a planet because you were created to help planets shine. For a long time, Solis said nothing. He simply watched the worlds turning through the darkness, the oceans, the forests, the mountains, the deserts, the crystal rings, each one unique, each one beautiful. And suddenly, he no longer wished to trade places with them because he finally understood something. The planets needed him just as much as he admired them. Slowly, a glow returned to the little star. At first, it was faint, then brighter still. His warmth spread across the cosmos. The ocean sparkled once more. The forest flourished. The clouds drifted across brilliant skies. The crystal worlds glittered like treasures. And everywhere his light touched, life awakened. For the first time, Solis felt proud. Not because he had become something else, but because he had finally discovered who he truly was. The planets continued their journeys through the darkness, and every night they looked toward the star above them, grateful for the warmth that sustained them, grateful for the light that guided them, grateful for Solis. And high above those worlds, the little star shined brighter than ever before, because he no longer wished to be a planet. He had learned a far greater truth. Sometimes the gifts we envy in others exist because of gifts we already possess ourselves. And sometimes the brightest light in the universe is the one that finally remembers its purpose. Step quietly into the next story. The stories will tell us who stays. The Unhurried Soul.